We're back on the air. Thank you very much, Mr. Chandler. We were talking about licenses just a moment ago. Part of the reason I ask is because legislation changes so much, whether it's, recently I know in my neighborhood, people have concerns about fishing licenses. When do you need a license? When don't you need a license? And obviously those rules are out of your control. But what might you be able to do? And I just wanted to build on this in terms of creating public awareness for people to get that right information. And maybe the answer is that it's the person's ultimate individual responsibility to get that. But obviously I just wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, the licenses, like I said in the past, I don't know about fishing license, I don't know about hunting license, I do not know anything about the driver's license documents that go out other than what comes to me, and I'm ignorant because I know where the tax collector is, so I go right there anyway. But individuals should be able to look at those documents and see the phone number to the tax collector. If the phone number's not there, it will be in the future. Mm-hmm. If they do have a problem and they need assistance, they should call the person that does know what the answers are, like you pointed out. What documents do you need to get a passport? What documents do you need to get a driver's license because of the Homeland Security issues that we have that require normal citizens in the United States to provide more documents than they have in the past to prove that they are U.S. citizens and they do reside in, the address that they want put on their driver's license. Non-U.S. citizens can get the same thing that they've done in the past, but now they get more fake documents. I can't look at electric bill and say, yes, that's from the electric company. Can you look at electric bill that someone gives you that has been printed off of a computer printer showing the exact same thing that's on my address, but it just has their name on it? I can't verify that it's wrong or right. But yet we're requiring our own U.S. citizens to provide documents to prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they are U.S. citizens and deserve to have those issues taken care of: a passport, a driver's license, any other document that they need. They have to provide more documents for it. Anyone that's not a U.S. citizen could just print it off any way they want, like they've done in the past. But, like you pointed out, legislation requires it. It has to be provided.
What are you proudest of in your 5 years with the property appraiser's office?
Proudest of?
In terms of your accomplishments or what you've accomplished either for the taxpayer or within the office?
Trying to get equity in your business compared to another business that's like yours. The equity of the tax that's collected or assessed. All we do is assess the value of your reported property that you tell us. And if you're Bill Smith working in a subway, Jackie Smith that's working in a subway and owns the same subway that you do should have an assessment about as equal as yours, depending on the year of purchase of the equipment. If it's not the same, there's a problem. And as a tax auditor, that was one of my requirements, was to issue out audit letters if there was either not reporting taxpayers or under-reporting taxpayers. And my number one concern has always been that everyone pays their fair share. For you to pay more than I do is a detriment to the entire county and also punishes you for being honest.
Mm-hmm. How do you see the tax collector's role in the community? Because obviously every single constitutional officer has a different way of addressing. Many of them are very public, whether it's the sheriff or the property appraiser. Ken Wilkinson has been very public with being involved on state boards and with legislation. If you're elected to this position, how do you envision yourself carrying out your duties on a day-to-day basis?
Well, the number one issue that I have is, and I've been told in the past by some elected officials, that you only have to work on 1 day a month to keep your position. I do not think that's fair for the taxpayers. If anyone cannot actually work and provide the service that they're elected for, they should provide their document to the governor requesting the resignation from their position and have someone else elected to that position. No one should have to put up with an individual that's in an elected spot that is never there or almost never there. You know, that's my number one pet peeve. If I cannot provide you the service that I can as an employee, which that's what that elected office is an employee of this county. If I cannot properly give you 40+ hours of my time working in that position, I do not deserve to be in that position. And I will request a resignation to the county through the state, Governor Scott, and have someone else appointed. That's the thing that I have a very, very hard way. I've always been in the military. I've worked more than 40 hours a week. Sometimes I was on duty for 72 hours before being relieved. Granted, some of it was on sleep and post, but I was there and had to be active and available for anything that went on during the time that I was under the position and being on service. The same thing goes with the tax collector's office. I was appalled personally as a citizen of the United States and also a resident of this county to not know that the individual that was in that position was not capable of doing the job in prior years, but also not capable of being able to handle the position this year nor in the future. If it was brought to me, I would have put my application in a heck of a lot faster. I wanted to apply 4 years ago, and I was given, you know, a little bit of, well, she's a good candidate and everyone loves her. Well, granted, she was a great person, but if you cannot do your job, you should not be in that position at all. I'm a worker. I do 40 hours a week. If I have a medical condition that's going to be longer than a period of time, sure, I can go to FSLA and the position still be there available for me if I do or if I can come back to work. But no normal employer would allow anyone, which we are taxpaying citizens, and we are the employers of all constitutional officers. If they cannot do the job, they should leave that position just like any normal employee does. They cannot stay as an employee. They should not be in that position as an elected official. It's not right and it's not proper. And I request that you demand that everybody that's running for political office give you a guarantee that if they are not physically qualified or able to complete their tasks, that they guarantee your people, not only the readers of your newspaper, but also the non-readers of your newspaper, I guarantee that they will resign if they cannot complete and properly adjudicate their positions.
Give me 1 moment.